Orioles, and every once in a while Jemai Webster likes to play a game where he talks to a player about anything except baseball pretty much. Jemai, who do you have tonight?
Well, tonight a very special guest and one who I have a connection with personally and professionally. That's Isiah Kiner-Falefa, who has begun to really take shape with his offense. He came to Boston to try reinvent himself, but his big league journey even more astonishing when you consider he came from a place, a small island in the middle of the Pacific, Oahu, the gathering place. We talked about that and more in this latest conversation about anything but baseball. Now let's take a little bit of a turn. As I said, we'll have some fun with you, get to know you a little bit, and I like to have this segment called Anything But Baseball, though sometimes it is baseball related.
It's a high fly ball. That went back toward the wall, and that ball is gone. Home run. Kiner-Falefa with his first.
Now let's get into some of your family lineage a little bit. Second cousin twice removed of Ralph Kiner. Understanding he was a lot older than you were, obviously, but just having that connection and him being in the Hall of Fame, like, how cool is that just to have that in your family line?
It means a lot. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to my family. And I think the biggest thing is just trying to keep the tradition going. Growing up in Hawaii, people don't really see that connection, but being out here in Boston playing for the Red Sox and just feeling that, that power that's in the blood, it's a good feeling. So, I think whenever times get tough, you just look around and then I see I got a family member in the Hall of Fame, and it kind of, brings some confidence. Hopefully I wish he gave me a little more power, but who knows? It's coming. So it's in the blood, but hopefully, he can pass it to me somehow.
Yeah, there's still time for that for sure, but I love that you mentioned the familial connection, and you mentioned being from Hawaii. Obviously, there's a connection there with you and I as it relates to that. The Red Sox, they won the World Series in 2013 during the time that I was there from 2010 to 2013. Something else happened in 2013 on the island of Oahu with Mid-Pacific Institute, Mid-Pac, your high school. You guys won the state title there as well. And I remember being a local sportscaster on the island. I could have sworn, man, I had those highlights in my sportscast. It was you winning the title. With that being said, understanding how small Hawaii is, man, how trippy is it that life has kind of brought us to this place at this particular space and time together?
It's crazy because I grew up watching you on the news, so like the fact that we're doing this interview together, it's crazy, but it's just like it just shows how small this world is, man, and like that island connection, it goes so far, and and we haven't seen each other, but every time I would be a road player, I come say what's up. So it's just it's like that special bond, that island bond, and whoever spends time there understands like it's family first, everybody's welcome. And it's you make friends forever.
Who's the most famous person from Hawaii in your phone?
Shane Victorino, Max Holloway, Shane Victorino, and Colton Wong.
That's hilarious because I got those guys in my phone too.
That's your job.
So it's pretty cool. Max is getting ready to fight Conor McGregor here pretty soon, so that's going to be good. But he's one of the great guys as well. Routine or variety?
Routine.
Surfboard or body surfing?
Body surfing.
Where?
Sandy's.
Oh, of course. I knew you were going to say that, man.
Yeah, Sandy's and Mox. Those are my spots.
Look at it. Locals only, man. You text back instantly, or do you wait?
I wait.
If your life had a theme song right now, what would it be?
Oof. I don't know. I got to go with probably I don't know.
Local, maybe, from Hawaii?
I'd say International Liquid Jordy.
That's your walk-up song, huh?
Nah, yeah, that's Revolution, Attention Span. But Liquid Jordy, he's coming onto the scene right now. He's hot right now. He's up and coming.
Okay, I would expect nothing less from you than know the new hottest acts coming up. Last thing you Googled that made you laugh at yourself? Coffee shops near me?
Yeah, I'd say breakfast spots in Cleveland.
That's great. I got a few spots for you. I'm a breakfast guy, so I'll have to give you my list. If you had to teach a class on something that you know well, what would it be?
Body surfing.
Oh, man. Take you to Sandy's. I love it. If today had one small win already, what was it?
Play with my dog this morning.
What's your dog's name?
Bella, mini golden doodle. She's my world. She's the best. So.
Oh, that's amazing. All right, so now I'm going to ask you a few more introspective questions, get you listening a little bit, and get some insight. What's the last thing that you did that you actually enjoyed?
Oof. hitting a home run.
We'd love to see it, man. That was great. All right, last one for you. What does success mean to you now compared to earlier in your life or your career?
Enjoying life and going out there and having fun. I think in the beginning of my career and in life, and early on in life, it was put a lot of pressure on myself, and now I'm just going out there and trying to enjoy the moment. It's easy to do that when you play in Fenway. You look around, you see every seat filled on a weekday, which is not normal. And getting big hits and seeing the fans just get up on their feet and being here to support you. I mean, it's a special place. So I'm happy to be here.
That was great, man. We'll leave it right there. And back then, I used to say in 2013, for the brothers who would come from the island who played in Major League Baseball, big league brother Shane Victorino. So now we got Isaiah Conner-Falefa, a big league brother representing from the island, and we appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Send the shockers to everybody out there. Thanks, Brad.
Thank you.
Incredible stuff tonight from IKF. Really enjoyed that. He's in the 7-hole tonight, and the Sox, fresh off a series win in Cleveland, giving the ball to Connolly Early, who's in search of win number 6. First one against Baltimore, still on the way from Fenway.
Red Sox baseball on Nesson, brought to you by Nissan. Shop NissanUSA.com today. Aura, wish you could delete yourself from the internet? Try Aura today. Playing with Heart, learn more about the risks of bad cholesterol at playingwithheart.com. And powered by Salem 5. At home, on the go, always 5. Make your move to Salem 5. 6th annual Lou Gehrig Day around Major League Baseball. All players, managers, coaches, umpires wearing number 4, and we've got one in our booth as well. It's a very special day all across big league baseball.
It is. Affected my family. My grandmother passed away with ALS shortly before she passed. An aunt diagnosed. She lived with it for a long time. So I lived with it, my family, for probably 12 years as a young kid, and saw the effects of it. It's horrific, and hopefully we continue and find a cure for this disease.
Red Sox taking on the Orioles here in the first of 3. Last time we saw them, did anything unusual happen down in Baltimore? Yeah, actually it did. That was when Alex Cora and the staff were dismissed after a 17-1 Red Sox win. What a bizarre time that was.
It's also the last time we saw Garrett Crochet.
Yeah.
He pitched in that game, and of course this kid here, Connolly Early, came out the next day with everything going on and threw an absolute gem and beat this Orioles team.
The Red Sox coming off a fine series in Cleveland. It's always nice when you swing the bats like that, as the Red Sox did. They've had 10 hits in 3 consecutive games now. So is that a definitive sign that the offense is starting to find a little bit of rhythm? It's certainly over the short term. Will that continue, and can it happen at Fenway Park?
You started seeing more people contributing, right? It wasn't just Contreras, Abreu, and even Rafael on the side. Jarren Duran had a fantastic month, to the point where hopefully he still feels like it's May. But then all of a sudden IKF got hot. Gasper's coming on the scene. Durbin has started to swing it as well. So now all of a sudden it's kind of 1 through 9 giving you good at-bats. It's a big difference.
Give me a look at the Oriole lineup that Connolly Early will do battle with. It's a good offense. It's presented by Xfinity. Taylor Ward at the top. He's a home run threat. Henderson has hit 13. Rutschman 7. Pete Alonso has started to really get going. Now Basayo, the youngster, he can flat hit. Last 29 games he has been on fire. And that's the Oriole lineup here for game 1.
Check out the Red Sox starting pitcher, brought to you by buyatoyota.com. It's the 24-year-old Connolly Early, making his 12th start. He's 5-2, 295, coming off 7 scoreless in a win against the Atlanta Braves. Check out his arsenal. That fastball sitting around 93, 94. Really good changeup, sinker, nice to lefties, good curveball swing and miss pitch. He's really been effective. Take a look at the Red Sox defense. That's presented by Car Shield. Caleb Durbin back at third base with Meyer and Conner-Falefa up the middle. Contreras back at first base. The outfield left to right. Duran, Rafaela, and Abreu with Mickey Gasper behind the plate.
Umpires for tonight presented by M&T Bank. That's Trip Gibson. He has home plate. Blakeney at first. Hudson's the crew chief at second. Nick Marley at third. We're available to telecast. Can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP brought to you by Toyota Certified Used Vehicles. And the weather really splendid tonight. 75 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and dry. As we get set for game number 1, Connolly early trying to go to 6-2. Chad Tracy was smiling on his face these days. The Red Sox playing better baseball, but taking on an Oriole team that is also playing quite well for a longer stretch than the Red Sox can say. They just split a 4-game series with Toronto at Baltimore, and they won 7 out of 10. That was all on their homestand. That included a sweep of front-running Tampa Bay.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 from Detroit. Sweeping Tampa, and then split with Toronto. So they're playing good baseball. Listen, we saw this last homestand. You swept the Kansas City Royals. You came out feeling good about yourself. Didn't go so well against Minnesota. You have to start figuring this out. You have to start winning in this ballpark, and it starts here tonight.
Connolly 3-0, a 1.78 ERA in his last 4 starts. He takes on Taylor Ward to start it, and here we go with the first pitch of the ball game. And we're underway, and a foul, strike 1.
He threw the ball well. We talked about the day after half the staff was fired down in Baltimore. He went 6 2/3. So he gave up 2 runs on 4 hits. They were 2 solo shots. Basayo and Gunnar Henderson got him, but they won that game 5-2.
We're at 248. Only a couple of home runs so far. He's driven in 17. Baltimore top 6 in the American League in runs scored, in home runs, and in on base percentage and OPS. So they can swing the bat. Staff's been a different story. They're 13th in ERA. Pitching staff has actually allowed more hits than any in the American League.
This is like 2 worlds colliding.
Yes,
because they're 9-17 on the road. The Orioles, 7th lowest record in all of baseball, and they're just a different team. Their staff, their rotation, offensively, they're not the same team on the road. As you see, they are on home. Look at that starter ERA number in their bullpen. Going up against the Red Sox, who are 9-19 at home. The worst record in baseball for a home team.
1-2 to Ward. Gunnar Henderson on deck. One of Connolly Early's victories came at Baltimore. That series we talked about, April 26th, just 2 runs allowed in 6 2/3. He was really good. A 5-3 Red Sox victory. And tossed 7 scoreless innings to beat the Braves last Wednesday. 3-2. And just got a piece of it.
And that was his first start, too, with Mickey Gass behind the plate. He's back there again with him. Well, Mick hasn't really caught him much. He wasn't in the organization last year. Not sure how much he got him in spring training either.
3-2, and he'll walk him inside. 93 miles an hour. Ward is aboard, as he'll take the walk in front of Henderson.
That's the one thing we've seen from Connolly when he's not. There's been a few walks creep up in certain starts. That fastball is inside. Control and command, right? He still throws strikes. It's just where is he putting that in the strike zone where he wants to.
Anderson only hitting .219, but power, 13 home runs. He takes ball 1. Orioles in 4th place, a record of 28-32. They're 2 games ahead of the Sox. Toronto right in front by 1 game over the Orioles. And that'll move off the plate. 2-0.
Just missing here, a couple inches each side. First couple of hitters. Just got to dial it back in just a little bit. Hit those corners.
Henderson 1 for 3 against Connolly with a home run. 2-0 will not be made, and back in on his feet, Ward.
That's Ward's 54th walk of the year. Came in 3rd in all of baseball. Had 26 walks in May. That's a lot of walks in a month.
Sure is. (2-0) in for a strike. Tampa Bay hosting the Tigers at the Trop. Red Sox are going to be there very soon on the upcoming road trip, which will take them to Yankee Stadium And to Tampa Bay. 2-2. So a lot of games coming up beginning tonight inside the American League East.
Yeah, no time to win at home, but also 4-8 in the year in the East. Try to even out some of these numbers.
Ward with the lead, nobody out, and a 2-2 on the way to Henderson. And another deep count. So 13 pitches, only 6 strikes. And Rutschman will hit next, and then Pete Alonso is really coming to life with the bat. That's not great news for the division. Smoke the other way, line toward the track. They'll skip up off the monster. Ward is into third. He'll stop there on the double. Gunnar Henderson with a 2-base hit and early trouble for Connolly.
All right, out of the gate, you're talking about minimizing damage here. Just control's been off, forcing him to get into these 3-2 counts. Fastball to half. Gunnar does a nice job just going the other way with it. And to get strike one and get ahead of these hitters.
Well, as mentioned, they come in swinging the bats very well, and here comes Rutschman, who's been on base in 12 consecutive games. He has men at second and third, nobody out. He falls behind immediately. Rutschman at 252. He's hit 7 homers. Alonso kind of lurking on deck after him. Fans still making their way into the ballpark on a very pleasant night here for game 1. Ward at third. Henderson at second, and the 1-0. And a high pop up short center. Connor Fleff out, coming on Cedon, and he will make the catch, and that is not deep enough to get that run home. So 1 man gone. As we take a look at high performance player presented by GMC. Connolly, last 4 as mentioned. 26 strikeouts and 25 and a third of those last 4, and he's been tough to hit.
Yeah, a lot more swing and miss. His last 2 starts against Kansas City and Atlanta, he had 13 swing and misses, and then 12. Both of those were season highs at the time. So he's starting to get some more swing and miss. That was a big first out, though.
And now Alonso swinging at the first one. Last 13 games, Pete has picked it up, hitting .314, 12 runs batted in. After a chilly start with his new team. One man away, and the 0-1. That's a strike. He's going to challenge it, though.
Previous pitch was called a strike. The hitter is challenging it.
That's that area there where Conley Early's been really effective with this 4-seam fastball up and in.
Pitch is confirmed. Baltimore has 1 challenging it.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
That pitch has been getting a ton of swing and miss. That 4-seamer up and in the guys, the righties especially.
Boy, losing their challenges was huge for Cleveland the other day, and the Red Sox win. They burn one quickly. Here's the 0-2. And down he goes swinging 95 miles an hour with the 4-seamer. So Connolly comes back. It's a little pop up now, a K, 2 down.
That's that spot we were talking. Now he goes a little bit higher. You know, when you're a right-handed hitter and the fastball up and in, you think is a ball and it's called the strike, you start playing some games on yourself now. If that's a strike, I can't get to it. So you start cheating, climb that ladder, you can't lay off it.
Basayo 283, the youngster with 9 home runs. Probably their hottest bat coming in.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you want to be careful here. This is a very dangerous hitter who's been swinging it. Hits lefties, righties, very similar. Still 278 against lefties, impressive.
They lead at second and third. He takes the ball. He's 2 for 3 with a home run against Connolly. Well, he walked the leadoff man, immediately gave up a double to Henderson. But he's gotten the next two. Trying to pitch out of this early jam. 96 on the radar gun there, 2-1. Basayo last 29 games hitting .358, 6 home runs. Shatters his bat on a little ground ball back to the hill. The bat, the meat end, went all the way into shallow right. And Connolly Early ends the threat with the comebacker. They fail to score, and the Red Sox are coming up.
Toyota, we believe longevity.
Sox lineup brought to you by Plymouth Rock. Jaron Duran smoking it. Caleb Durbin, well, he's doing the same thing in his way in the 9 spot as of late. Two of the hottest hitters in the Red Sox lineup, taking on the right-hander Shane Baz. He is 2-5. ERA of 4.48. He comes in with a pretty hot hand himself. He started the season 1-4, and he's really throwing it well right now.
Yeah, 26-year-old. See those numbers on the years, as Obi mentioned, throwing the ball better lately, but still 2-5 with a 4.48.
Floated down the left field line, and that is dropping. It's in fair. It goes behind Ward all the way to the wall. There goes Duran taking off into third. The throw won't get him, and he starts the ball game with a triple. He can do no wrong right now.
Or Early gets out of second and third, nobody out. That's a huge momentum. Only matters if you can come out and do something about it. And then Duran, first, see this curveball, just slices it down the line. Ward, that's a bad gamble with a guy that can run. You got to see that ball's going to get down and try to keep him to a double. He played that thing into a triple, and Duran will take it.
So it brings up set on Raffaello with a man at third. Infield in as he'll look at a strike. This is how good he's going right now. Obviously, he had a spectacular month of May, hitting 9 home runs, drove in 22. He was 2 for 14 against Shane Baz before that. Little trickler, runner's going to hold. Henderson up and over and gets him. Raffaello retired. 1 away.
Check out Baz's pitching arsenal presented by WB Mason. That 4-seam fastball runs around 96. The curveball's a good pitch for him. It's his best pitch. It's the one Duran just hit that triple on. Got a little cutter. He'll mix in a sinker and a changeup.
Wilyer Abreu trying to pick up this run. 284, 6 home runs. Infield remains in tight. Couple weeks ago, Lou, 3 weeks ago, last month, Red Sox are down 2-0.
Yeah. How about last homestand? Felt like, right? But you still got to get this run in here to finish this off. Infield's still in.
1-0. He'll take it high. Contreras on deck.
Well, you're trying to figure this out against righties, right? Try to stay short. Lefties stay short, stays middle of the field. He's hitting .418. Righties 226. His tendency is sometimes to get long, try to do a little too much against righties.
Fly ball, and that should do it. A sliding play by Taveras. Here comes the run. Durant is in to score, and the Red Sox take an early lead, 1-0. RBI number 25 for Wilyer. In the book is a sacrifice fly and an RBI.
Yeah, this is the pitch you got to cash in on, right? I know it's a little changeup away, it looked like at 87, but still 2-0, pitches up, kind of stays on it because he hits it off the end of the bat, but he still hits it to right center. Does enough to get that run on, get the Sox on the board.
So 2 down for Contreras, 286, 11 homers for Wilson. Set out most of Sunday's win, came on as a defensive replacement very late in that game. Hands have been a bit achy and elbow too. 0-1 inside on a check swing and didn't go.
Well, once they got past Gasper's at bat, they didn't want him to swing the other day, give him the full day off, but defensively he can still go out there and play some defense for an inning.
1-1 outside from Boz. Gone 3-1, 2.64 ERA his last 5 against the Red Sox. So he's been tough against Boston. Tampa Bay uniform anyway. Acquired from the Rays in December. And fires in a strike at 94.
Well, they put a run up against Cleveland at Durant homers his last game. Got another run up here. It's the first time all year they've scored in the first inning in back-to-back games.
He talked about the necessity to keep on rolling after the series. Didn't go there in Cleveland. To do that back at Fenway Park and change the narrative of what's happened so far in this ballpark here in 2026.
Well, it's no longer the second week of the season where you get off to a slow start. It's June 2nd. It's been 2 months. This ballpark, it's hard not to get in your head a little bit as a player.
3-2. Broken bat. That one ran in on a handle. And off to get a new stick. Time now for Straight Talk stats. Red Sox major league ranks since May 19. Some of this is going to surprise people. Since that date anyway. 296. That is number 1. Over 5.5 runs a game. Now there have been a couple of explosions there. 9-run games. That'll add to that, I know. 3-2 is going to be ball 4. So Wilson is on.
It's been a more complete offense, because you got more people involved. Durant with his triple here, he had a great month of May, career high in home runs and RBIs for a month. But it's also kind of the bottom third here, right? Gasper continues to hit. IKF, Durbin, Massa having some big hits. So it's everyone contributing. Been a different offense the last 12 games or so.
Masataka Yoshida with a 2-run single in the 7th inning on Sunday. Also had a hit in the 9th inning, but the one in the 7th was the one where he redeemed himself, losing a ball in the sky the other day, which at the moment was a big play. His hit was bigger. He talked about it later. It was very much on his mind, on his consciousness. He wanted to do something very positive. This is the biggest hit of the year for the Red Sox, for him. And in the thick of a Red Sox 9-run eruption. And a count 2-1. Now Duran with just a tremendous month. The 9 home runs, 22 runs batted in. The most for him in a calendar month, as that one's fouled back. It's the most in a calendar month by a Red Sox leadoff man since Mookie Betts in July of 17 in terms of RBIs. 22 of them. And it starts tonight with a triple and a run. And a 2-2. Fouled off toward the camera well.
Heads up, my man down there, Mo Cheeks. Making sure he's staying out of that. We need Jemai healthy. He's the rally guy. There he is.
That didn't get me, thank goodness, but it came in here hot.
Kind of play, if you're not careful, you could split another pair of slacks there.
Oh no, not this time. I learned my lesson. I got the athleisure, Obi. Stretchy.
Okay.
Always go with the stretchy. 3-2 on Masataka. Now with 2 down, Contreras takes off, and a swing and a miss on the curve to strike him out. But the Red Sox on the board quickly. 1-0 Boston.
Here's the pitch.
Welcome to the Surfside second inning. Red Sox on top 1-0, and Garrett Crochet had an MRI on his tight lat on his left side this morning, guys. He and the Sox still awaiting word on the reading of those images. That's according to manager Chad Tracy. But the good news out of the conversation that we had with Garrett today is he's feeling much better than he did a couple days ago. He mentioned that while working his way back from the shoulder, he felt that he fell into some compensation patterns which seemed to cause some of the latest ailment. But again, he reiterated he does not expect this to be something major. If the imaging comes back negative and without any glaring issues, he hopes to be able to throw again tomorrow. Says that would be super positive, but it's a waiting game for him.
Okay, Jemai, thank you very much. We haven't seen him since late April. The inside here from Mayo.
Yeah, it's amazing because you haven't really had this guy since the last time he played the Orioles, and rotation's still going out there giving you a shot every single night. You obviously want him back.
Mayo out in front on a changeup at 84.
I think the biggest question is, okay, if it comes back negative, where are we in the throwing program, right? Because he was just about to throw 2 innings live and then a rehab start. Now, how far back do you come? Is it, well, we got to do a flat ground, we got to do a bullpens again, live?
Knocked foul by Mayo, hitting 199, 6 home runs. Yeah, I think you're right. And then after that, how many rehabs? How many times is he going to pitch below the big league level to be ready? Where are you in the season at that time? Are you into the middle of July?
Well, today was the day we were supposed to throw 2 up at lives, and I would have thought then you would have saw 5 days from now a rehab start and then maybe 1 more. Now it's pushed back. How far? We'll have to wait and see.
Red Sox up 1-0 in the second and a 2-2. Well, it certainly has been very different without the big fella around, but you're exactly right. Between Tolle and Early, Sonny Gray and Suarez throwing the ball as well as they have. Yeah, you've missed him, but could have missed him a lot worse as far as overall execution from the starters is concerned. Talking about your ace. Those guys, all those lefties all hang together.
Yeah.
Connolly is very rarely seen in the dugout where he isn't right on the shoulder of Garrett Crochet. 3-2, a high drive left field. That one rising up there ahead of the monster seats, and it just does get to the top of that wall. He heads into second and stops there. Their bench is signaling it's gone naturally.
We got that little ledge on the green monster. Did it hit over the wall, the ledge, and come back? Did it hit the top of the yellow and come back? They want to take a look. We'll get a good look at it here. Does it hit just the top and come back, or that ledge? That's a homer. Top of that ledge. That is a home run. Hits that little netting, little padding, comes back.
The call on the field is the ball's in play. We're going to have a crew chief for you for a potential home run.
Which should be number 7 for Mayo, and would tie up the ball game, because it certainly did get over the red line and onto the ledge, and that's gone.
Yeah, another 3-2 count, 3 balls count from Conley. Did a great job of getting out of first. It's just there's been some really deep counts as well within at bats, unable to execute location.
After review, the call is overturned. It's a home run.
So Mayo will finish the rest of the trot here, and that ties the ball game for the Orioles on his 7th home run of the season. Right in front of old buddy Tyler O'Neill. Craig Almernez, their first-year manager out of Fall River, Massachusetts. The man signaled, wanted them to take a look at it, but it's a boundary play, so the crew chief's going to look at it anyway. T.O. not swinging the bat. He is 6 for his last 51.
Yeah, that curveball. Got to bring it in for a strike. It's a big kid. This kid Mayo's got a lot of power. Swinging it better lately.
He's 6'8", 225. No doubt there. And he'll pop this one up short center. Coming on, Cedon. And the first out of the second inning for the Orioles. And Tavares will be next. Peyton Tolle tomorrow night at 6:45 against the right-hander Chris Bassett. And this series will end on Thursday. It's also the end of the homestand. And the Red Sox head for the Bronx. Tavares dancing out of the way on a fastball down around the shoelaces for ball 1. Mentioned the Orioles had a really good homestand going 7-3. 3 of those wins were walk-off wins. And Colton Cowser had a couple of them. Tavares at 274. He's homered 2 times, and we'll look at a strike. And Connolly looking to bounce back from the home run. Fires it in for a strike with a change. Red Sox won that first series against Baltimore at Camden Yards, taking 2 out of 3. They've actually got 14-8 the last 22 games against Baltimore. I knew it had been good. I didn't realize it was quite that good. Kind of own the birds. Here's the 2-2. That's in there for strike 3. Good looking fastball to punch out his second man tonight.
Yeah, better location here in this whole at bat. Some good change ups and then paint 96 in against the Orioles. Have already used one challenge right now. This one gets the plate, but now it's, you almost have to put it in your back pocket unless you feel like it's really bad, egregious type call.
Blaze Alexander, the second baseman, takes a ball. Well, we've documented throughout the season the Red Sox have not been good at all using ABS, but they were really good on Sunday.
They had 4. Their season high was 2 successful challenges in a game. They got 4 last game.
1 ball, 1 strike on Alexander.
And of course the challenge, it really changed everything. Jose Ramirez had 1 left, used it in that bottom of the 6th. Sox came back. Probably had Abreu struck out, but they had no challenges left. So instead of leaving the inning up 4-3, they left it down 9-4.
Left it up to the umpire.
Ran out of challenges. It cost him.
I think you're right. I think it was a strike. Umpire said no. Ball 4, forced in a run. Everything changed. Game spun right there in the Red Sox favor. Two down and the base is empty. We're tied up 1-1. And a 1-2 coming way outside. Taylor Ward on deck. Red Sox at 25-33, 11.5 out. In the basement of the American League East, Tampa Bay, their lead has been shaved down to 1 game over the Yankees. We're playing Cleveland tonight. Yankees are playing in the Bronx. They're in the first inning, no score. Red Sox will see them this weekend. 2-2 on the way. Liner but foul. This is going to be pitch number 46 by Connolly early. 2 down in the second inning, so keep an eye on that. 2-2 again, and that's going to be down and in. So for him, not razor sharp, not yet anyway. Although he did a great job pitching out of a first inning situation with runners at second and third. Nobody out. He got out of that without a run. And again, spoiled by Alexander. So this is going to be at least a 9-pitch at bat from the 9-hitter. And his 48th pitch coming up. Trying to put away Blaze Alexander, make it back-to-back Ks. Instead, a base hit into left center. Over into the alley. Cedon over to cut it on the backhand. Did a good job getting to that. And holding Alexander to 1, but he's aboard with a single.
It's a long AB. He finally went to that changeup, but Alexander goes out of the zone for it. Okay, maybe just He's been swinging it. This kid in the 9-hole. Kind of taking that second base job and running with it. And I like this little chat with him. You know, long at bat, 2 outs. Give him a little breather right here. You got a very dangerous hitter, although Taylor Ward's not hitting for power right now, but he's got to throw more first pitch strikes. You know, 62% first pitch strike in the year for Conley Early. 3 for 9, first time through the order. And Providence College says that's 33%, Obi.
And they taught you well there at Pieces.
Yep.
So he's fast approaching 50 pitches here. Doesn't have 3 outs in the second yet. Ward took a walk in the first. Nothing came of that. But he can be dangerous. He has serious pop despite the low home run total of only 2 at this point. And a ground ball right at Durbin. They'll go to second base for the force play to retire the side. A home run by Mayo, and this game's tied 1-1.
It's all fun.
1-1 game, Sox and the Birds. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Dave Lou and Jemai with you from Fenway, and Mickey Gasper right back in the lineup again. And again catching as he hits out his 6-hole against the right-hander Boz, and first one in there for a strike. Checking out tonight's home run odds presented by FanDuel. With Connor Falefa on deck. Both of these guys swinging their best bats of the year. 0-2. I don't know what your expectations were when Mickey was promoted to the big league team, but I didn't think he'd be playing every day.
No.
I didn't think he'd be catching the bulk of the games.
I feel like he's catching 3 out of 5.
333 without a home run. In play along the line, but a foul ball, a sprawling play by the polar bear. Pete Alonso, but in foul territory.
Well, he's got a little 4-game hitting streak. He takes this curveball foul. Alonso showing off that range. He's got hits in 11 of his 12 starts. He just continues to hit. He was taking at bats away from Yoshida, and then Tracy was trying to figure out a way to get both of them in, and it went from just catching Tolley to kind of catching a few other guys.
0-2.
It's a good at bat, right? You don't always get hits in this league, but you can have quality at bats, and he gives them to you. Impressive thing is his 6th start of the year behind the plate. He's got a 3.14 ERA, so he's handling a staff with guys he's really not familiar with working with.
He won't bite, and that misses away. A fastball 96. He hit safely in 11 of those 12 that he started in. 348. And catching the young lefty tonight. And Boz home with a 2-2. Wrapped toward the hole. Picked off by Alexander. And 1 down. And Jemai's close buddy, Isaiah Connor Falefa. Remember Jemai from his days working on Hawaiian TV.
Yeah, that was a trip, man. I'm not that much older than you. He really made me feel like I was old, like I was 25 years older than he was. But crazy to see where he's made it to now, and followed his career obviously earlier when he was drafted by the Texas Rangers coming up as a catcher. So amazing that our paths have crossed here in Boston.
He'll pop this one into right field. On comes O'Neill to make the catch. He said before the game, I remember peering over the railing of the cradle to watch Jemai on TV as he delivered the sports scores in Hawaii way back when. You guys have a lot in common, though. I mean, you guys knew all the surfing spots.
Oh yeah, all the spots where they say that only the locals go, but he obviously divulged some of those. So if you're ever on Oahu, Dave, I'll take you to Sandy's to body surf. That'll be something pretty incredible. But another thing that we have in common, we actually got married at the exact same place, not at the same time, of course, but about 9 years before. I got married on this spot on the west side of Oahu called Lani Kuhonua, and that's where he had his wedding.
Wow.
And we also had the same wedding planner. So it's a big island, but it's also very small.
Man.
Marcelo Meyer will fly that one out to right center field. On the move, O'Neill to the warning track. He'll get there to make the catch. And 1-2-3 go the Sox in the second inning. Red Sox won and Baltimore won as we move to the third inning at Fenway. And Gunnar Henderson, who doubled in the first inning, will lead things off. He has now reached base in every game he has ever played at Fenway, which is 23 games after that two-base hit. Hitting around 285 or so. Not like he's hitting 400 or anything, but he gets on all the time here. Former American League Rookie of the Year, and he'll take one downstairs.
Well, still a great hitter. I mentioned many times about damage, how those numbers stay. Averages go up and down. So might be hitting 219 or 220 now, but 13 and 32.
High chop right there to Contreras, and he'll take it to the bag for a quick out.
Win big with the Red Sox Foundation 50-50 raffle. It's presented by Whoop. You can buy tickets at redsox.com/5050 through the 8th inning of tonight's game for a chance to win half of the net jackpot. See the official rules for full details.
Catcher Rutschman next, 0 for 1 with a fly to center. He was the first man who had a crack at Connolly after the walk and the double to start the game for Baltimore. He flied out harmlessly to center. Connolly then struck out Pete Alonso, and then got a little comebacker from Basayo, and he was out of that jam. Kobe Mayo got him for a ledge ball in the second inning, right on top of the ledge, a home run on top of the monster. Quickly 0-2. One man away. Southpaw now ready as he turns on the rubber, the 0-2. Now they built the monster seats, and that ledge came into play. Eventually they had to put that red line up there. Line drive and a base hit center field. So Rutschman is aboard with one down. After a while we figured, let's put a camera up there. After a number of controversial calls. And that was our former director Mike Narachi, who was an outstanding director for a long time. Red Sox baseball. Look at all those dings. Mike said, let's get a camera up there.
Makes sense. It's cleared up a lot of controversy. They're going to be, all you got to do is see that one shot, whether it's a home run or not, and it's over. Quick. You saw the replay. It was quick.
Very much. Well, here's Pete Alonso, 0 for 1. He fanned in the first. Big Pete, 38 home runs last year for the Mets. Drove in 126 runs as well. Two-time home run derby champion to boot.
Well, I think we saw him on the, was it April 26th or so, 7th, and he hit 3 home runs. People in Baltimore were talking about it. By the time we see him, he'll have double digits. He's got 11. That's 7 the month of May.
Yep. Just check the back of the baseball card. It's always a good guide. Massive swing. 2-1.
You see that since April 21st, second in the league behind Kurtz in RBIs. Got 36 in the year.
Nick Kurtz of the A's, big month. All he did was get on every single time. And in there for a strike. 94 on the edge. 2-2.
They don't want the big fellow to extend those arms. Saw it last at bat. Those fastballs in, up and in.
Certainly one of the handful of strongest men in Major League Baseball, Pete Alonso. He's got Rutschman on at first and one away, tied up 1-1. A double play, always a lovely thing, would really help Connolly early here because he's already at 62 pitches.
23 in the first, 26 in that second.
Two smacked high. Headed back for the wall, and that ball's gone. Very quickly out of here by Pete Alonso for number 12. A 2-run homer. And his second shot off Connolly early tonight. Number 12 for Alonso. .110.8 miles an hour off the bat.
Yeah, and they're tying him up with heaters up and in. We're talking about not wanting a big fella to extend those arms. You give him that changeup. Rutschman hit a changeup earlier, back up the middle really hard. Seems like a pitch two big fellas might be just trying to sit on. Turns that changeup over, but he just leaves it up.
And that makes it 3-1 Baltimore. Bends the shoulder out of the way. Basayo 0 for 1.
Yeah, middle. Well, middle down, but big fella line drive out of here.
Foul ball. He tried to hold up midway through that swing.
I'd like to have that pitch back. He looked really uncomfortable. Those heaters up and in.
One man away into 2-1 to the young slugger, and through there for a strike. Basayo called up last August at the age of 21. They signed him to an 8-year extension. We believe he's going to be a star. He's hit 9 home runs. And a foul tip and into the mitt and held for strike 3. 2 down.
Like the slider off the plate. Right where he wanted this. Make him reach for it.
Kobe Mayo home run first trip. Originally ruled in play. Replay was very clear. Tried to do it again. When he hits him, it's a lot like Bobby Dahlbeck when he would hit him. They would stay gone. He's at 204 now with 7 home runs and a strike at 95. Connolly up to 70 pitches. Orioles leading 3-1. Line wickedly but foul.
Is it home run and breaking ball? Never really touched his fastball. The home run's been on a breaking ball. 3 really hard hit balls on his changeup.
Two down, and the 0-2 will not be made. Time is granted from home plate ump Trip Gibson. And now the 6'8" right-hand hitter back in. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And making him work. Right now 72 pitches, 46 strikes at 64%. Two strikes on Mayo. And in it for strike 3. Puts him away with the heater, but Alonso gets him for a 2-run shot. 3-1 Baltimore. Red Sox trail 3-1 to Shane Baz in Baltimore. And Caleb Durbin leading things off. 4-game hitting streak coming in. He'll be followed by Duran and then Rafaela.
He looked a lot better. Starting to use the whole field, especially right field, staying inside the baseball in these sinkers rather than rolling over. Not as many ground balls.
Hitting 183 with a home run, but did have his first triple, first of his career, on Sunday in Cleveland. Did he ask for the ball after that?
First triple? I mean, I guess if you're a ball collector kind of guy, I think you just sort of enjoy that one.
1-1. A little pop up into foul ground. Alonso ranging and has room to make the play. And one man gone. Top of the order, Duran next. Always great to see the marvelous James Taylor in the crowd. Huge Red Sox fan throughout his life. JT played great concerts here over the years. Well, everywhere, frankly. It's a terrific show. Signed by the Beatles when he was just a young guy. His very first music contract.
Whoa.
Went to London, and Paul McCartney and John Lennon signed him up.
He's got a fantastic seat. You can just kind of lean over to Tracy and be like, hey, what do you think? We can get Sogard up? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Want to bunt here? Skip.
Good hit and run spot.
Drop one down. Jaron Duran triple in the first inning and came around to score. So he has hit safely in 9 straight. And over that time, 4 home runs as well. It's an RBI in a career best 6 consecutive games. He's in the hole here, 0-2. And he could not hold up. He is out on strikes. 2 up and 2 down.
Well, Boz has really settled in here. You know, after he threw one back curveball to Duran, left it up, and he smoked it to left field or dropped it in there for that triple. But since then, it's kind of what the Orioles have seen in his last few outings. Last time out against Tampa Bay, he went 7 innings, struck out 9, 1 run. Had back-to-back outings versus Tampa. Trying to give it back to him. Really impressive outings.
His former team. Cedon with a high fly to right. Lots of space out there for O'Neill. And the Red Sox are done in pretty quickly here by Boz in the 3rd inning. Top 4 Red Sox trail 3-1 to the Orioles, and Tyler O'Neill will lead things off against Connolly early, and he'll smack that one into left field down for a base hit. O'Neill had really been scuffling mightily coming into Fenway Park. 1 for 2 today.
Same old story with Tyler, right? Just trying to keep him on the field, communicate with your manager. Fights that cutter off, a slider off first pitch.
So the Orioles 6 hits, Red Sox have 1. And here's Taveras, who struck out looking his first time up. And does not have the earmarks of a long night on the mound for Connolly early.
No, trying to see if we can get a couple quick innings, try to get 5 out of him, but 75 already. Pitches. Everybody's moving.
O'Neill's going to take off a bluff bunt. The throw down is into the outfield. O'Neill will hold on to second base. Give him a stolen base, and he is into scoring position for the Birds.
It's Tyler's first bag of the year. Taveras kind of fake bunt, kind of keep Mickey back there a little bit. This throw is offline. Good hustle there by Cedon to see it right away to kind of charge this ball, keep him off third.
So 1-1 on Taveras. This time pulls it away. Did not offer. He did appeal. As you can see, the Orioles get pretty good production out of the very bottom of the order. Taveras and then Alexander, who's been swinging it in the 9 spot. Showing a bunt, drops it down. Lefty looks at third, guns over to first, kind of Falefa covering into third base O'Neill. So they bunt him over.
Nice job by Taveras to get this thing down. And we're seeing more and more of this in the game. I kind of like it, right? You're up 3-1. Get the runner over there. Connolly does a nice job selling himself.
Plays Alexander with a runner at third, infield leaning in for the Sox, and a strike.
Alexander putting that bat on him last time. 9-10 pitches, ended up getting a single up the middle on a changeup.
Well, third inning in a row to start it. The Orioles pressing the matter against Connolly. One down. And flied along the line, giving chase. Abreu reaching up. He makes the catch in fair ground. The runner will tag and come on in to score. Nice play along that line, but another run is home to make it 4-1. So Alexander will pick up his 15th RBI.
Well, manufacturing runs, right? Leadoff single, stolen base, bunt him over, sac fly, get him in. Went for that fastball up to try to get that swing and miss. Just kind of left it out over the plate a little bit. Number one job, catch that baseball. Probably going to score.
So top of the order, 2 down. Here's Taylor Ward. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. And at least to this point, here into the 4th inning, Red Sox unable to carry the momentum from the road back to Fenway. And they're going to need a come from behind tonight. This guy had a huge year last year. Not for Baltimore, but for the Angels. He had 36 home runs. He drove in 103. And they traded for him. They sent the pitcher Grayson Rodriguez to Southern California. They have not gotten much bang for the buck yet.
See the power numbers. 2 home runs, 59 games into the season. That's a career low. Previous career low was 7 home runs, 59. So he's way off.
And a swing and a miss. Curveball strikes him out. But another run in. 4-1 Baltimore.
More rain is expected today.
Proud to welcome the Alpha Omega Council and members of New England's Greek American community of Fenway for Greek American Celebration Night. Evening kicked off with a pregame performance throughout the ballpark, celebrating Greek culture and honoring the late Harry Aganis, Boston's beloved Golden Greek, as fans cheered on the Sox. Exclusive Red Sox Greek soccer jerseys tonight. Now Wilyer Abreu to lead things off, as he will take ball 1, and then Contreras, and then Yoshida. Red Sox have 3 runs to tie against Shane Baz, who comes in at 2-5 with a 4.48 ERA. But as we cataloged at the top of the show tonight, he's thrown the ball up better than that lately.
Yeah, he's thrown the ball well against the Sox in his career. 6 starts. He's 3-1 with a 2.64. That coming in Tampa.
Last outing, 9 strikeouts against Tampa Bay. That was over 7. Gave up 1 run, 7 hits to beat his former team. Orioles got him in a trade from the Rays last December for 4 prospects and a draft pick in the competitive balance round A to seal that deal. They really wanted him. That is in there for a strike. 2-2.
26-year-old arm. It's a good one.
So he's at 41 pitches, 27 for strikes going into the 4th inning. And a cut and a miss to strike him out. Knuckle curve, always a good pitch for him. He gets Abreu and 1 away.
Tomorrow night, catch Red Sox Unobstructed Views. You can join hosts Jared Carabas, Jonathan Papelbon, and Alana Rizzo as they break down the game. Tune in tomorrow at 6:30 on Lesson Plus and streaming on Nesson 360. It's presented by Blue Moon.
Now Wilson has taken a walk today. That was in the 1st inning. Nothing came of that. 286, 11 home runs.
Haven't had a hit since that leadoff triple. Just this walk.
Back to that curveball, the knuckle curve, 0-2. Yeah, his last couple of weeks, he's been excellent. .225 ERA, almost 7 innings per start. After a very chilly opening month.
Well, those staff. You know, their last 12, the starters post a 2.38 ERA. That's like third in baseball. But before that, and there's a lot of games, they were 5.24 as a rotation. Starting to throw the ball better.
1-2 and a high fly to center field. Tavares started back and now in. And 2 down. And again tomorrow night, middle game of the series. Peyton Tolley on the hill. Thursday's an afternoon game, and that's the end of the homestand. Look at him over the last dozen. That is a tidy 2.38 ERA for Shane Baz. So they acquired him from Tampa Bay, gave up a lot for him. Then they signed him to a 5-year deal at $68 million. That extension. It's the most money Baltimore has ever paid to a pitcher. And in there for a strike. So they are really relying on this guy to bring them back in the standings. Right now 28-32. And rolled foul by Massa. This is a team Yoshida really likes. 348 against the Orioles in his career. And a 1-2 pitch. Fouled off. And like so many left-handed hitters, when he gets to Camden Yards, his eyes light up. Two down, 1-2. In play to the right side, backhanded by Alonso. They'll flip onto the pitcher, and that's that. Another very quiet inning for the Red Sox. For the third straight inning, they go 1-2-3.
Here's the Arsenal presented by New England Area Audi dealers. He leading with that 4-seam fastball like he normally does, but the changeup and curveball is getting him some trouble here. 3 hard hits already in that changeup, and the curveball was a home run as well. Hasn't given up much on that fastball. It's almost like they're sitting on those 2 pitches a little soft on him, especially mid-late in counts.
Red Sox do have activity in the bullpen. 86 pitches for Connolly. That is Greg Weissert getting loose. Henderson, Rutschman, Alonso. So that's 2, 3, 4. Dangerous part of the order here for Baltimore. 4-1, the Orioles in front, and fouled away by Henderson, who doubled in the first and grounded out to first his next time. And it just has not been Connolly's night. And the Red Sox return to Fenway. Meanwhile, the Red Sox have managed 1 hit so far. And a left-hander with a 1-2. Not tempting enough. Did not offer. Ground ball over the hill. Marcelo Meyer with a play and gets him by a step for the first out in the 5th. Inning 5 is powered by Salem 5 Bank. And Rutschman next. He had a base hit in the 3rd inning. That led to something. Pete Alonso then clobbered a home run. 2-run shot moments later. They have hit 2 home runs against early tonight. It'll be ball 1. And Alonso on deck. There's a high fly ball left field, backing up Duran. All the way feeling for the wall. He is there to reach up and make the catch. Right up against the scores. 2 down.
Well, it's a good job getting back there. Right, you get back to that wall, then you can kind of judge it. Cedon's doing what he needs to do. He's already coming over there to get that ricochet. So just get to that wall, try to pull it off, and he does a nice job doing it.
Pete Alonso, 2-run homer last time. His 12th of the year. Baltimore really stunned the baseball world when they doled out $155 million to lure a bona fide masher to Camden Yards. Flies that one to center field, and a play for Cedon. Backing up, he's got it. Quick inning for Connolly early. Really needed that one. 4-1 Baltimore.
Inning 5 sponsored by
The Red Sox trailing the Orioles 4-1 here in the home half of the 5th inning. And after the game on Sunday in Cleveland, guys, Red Sox interim manager Chad Tracy told me it was the best day that the team had had on the ABS challenge system since he had arrived in Boston. They converted on 4 that day, as you mentioned, Lou, to continue the proficiency today and the recognition this afternoon. They ran some ABS drills. They had all 3 of their catchers out there, another few hitters or so. Trey said the purpose was to continue to make guys aware of where they get called for strikes on actual balls and create some confidence as they go forward, especially with those egregious ones that we seem to see from our vantage point and from up top there as well. And it's something that he said that he plans to continue again tomorrow, but just want to continue to get those guys really good at the recognition, most importantly. And it's almost like a pregame thing that you do, as well as taking ground balls. Now you do some ABS work.
It's a smart idea. It might have been missing at the outset of the season. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Gasper. Did you hear him pause a little bit before he started the report with that foul ball coming his way?
Yeah, well, he's gun shy a little bit, right? You don't want to get hit by lefties up. He's a little nervous. I don't blame him.
It's been drilled in the rib cage. What was the velocity on that when he got hit, Jemai? A couple of years ago?
109.3. I'll never forget it.
109, but he's got it drilled into his head. 109.3.
Got it drilled in his side.
It's like a radio station. It's easy. The smooth jazz. 109.3.
109.3 FM. Right in the ribs. 2-2 to Gasper. And just for the heck of it, let's flash back.
Yeah, why not?
To Jemai getting drilled.
Oh.
Well, this was serious business, so I mean, this.
Yeah, Devers barreling a ball. He gone.
Yeah. It's funny how everything happens to me in Cleveland. It was this exact spot that I split open my pants.
Yeah, what is up with that?
So Cleveland rocks, and Cleveland is my kryptonite.
By the way, split your pants again, will you? We need some offense.
Yeah, I got the rally pants here, so I should start waving them probably next half.
Go get him, Cheeks. 3-2.
Let's go, boys.
There they are.
Yeah.
Gaff tape and all from Sean Blaney.
So if it doesn't happen tonight, that's the end of the pants, okay? They had a fine weekend. A shot into right field, down for a base hit. Gasper continues to swing. That's a 5-game hitting streak for Mickey. And a good start. There it is.
Let's go, Mick.
Let's go.
First hit since Duran. Been 3 innings. Brought the pants out. Worked the count to 3-2. Hit a little hanging breaking ball. Yeah, good quality at bat from Mick. It's just the quality of at bat is such a higher level. Well, more often on the road than at home. The quick innings from Baz the last 3.
Higher quality at bat than Slacks. That one's going to bounce on by Rutschman. They'll advance the runner on a wild pitch. Gasper into second. Red Sox trying to get on the board for the first time since the opening inning.
Bounced that way in front of the plate.
So Kiner Falefa trying to make it an 8-game hitting streak and pick up an RBI here. He'll fly that one into right. That's well hit. O'Neill is backing up though, and there to make the catch, tagging up Gasper, and he will move up 90 feet. So 1 down and a runner at third base here in the 5th inning. In front of Marcelo Meyer.
Good job moving a runner. That's one thing you notice. Actually, Cleveland, the last couple of games, they're really keeping the ball away from IKF. He's kind of tomahawk some balls, but a lot of pull side. Keeping it away, make him use the big part of the park.
Marcelo can make it out and bring in the Red Sox second run. He's fly to right 0 for 1. Look to hold, and he went. Strike one on the knuckle curve.
Well, infield is back. Corners are in. Ground ball in the middle. Deep fly ball gets one in.
Marcelo's hit safely in 4 of his last 5 starts, and the 0-1 pitch. And a shot to center field, got it airborne. Taveras backing up to make the catch, tagging up. Mickey Gaspari will trot in to score, and that'll get it done. 14th RBI from Marcelo Meyer. Pants are still working. 4-2.
We'll take it. Get a little gift with that wild pitch. That's how you manufacture them. Move the runner, get him in.
JT appreciates the effort. That'll bring up Caleb Durbin, who's 0 for 1. He's popped up, bases empty, 2 gone, and 4-2. And he'll fire that one into left field, back to the wall. That's off that little ledge, the smaller ledge. He's heading into second. Here's the throw. He slides in. He did bounce off the bag, but he held on. And Durbin with an extra base hit.
Well, he'd been a different hitter last week or so, week 10 days. If you go back 7 days ago, there was a couple of 0 for 2s against Minnesota, but they were lineouts. Ball was getting in the air. The last 7 games, he's had a ground ball rate of 38%. Before that, it was 60. Everything was on the ground. Now we're starting to see, whether it's line drives the other way, driving the ball the other way, keeping the ball in the air, and this time here he gets a little hanging off speed pitch. Lines it off that green monster.
That's an extra base hit in 5 straight games for Durbin.
Look at that. That's a little 5-game hitting streak. But it started about 8 games ago.
And now Jarren Duran, who lobbed a triple down the left field line and scored in the first inning. Red Sox got on the board first. They are 19-9 when they score first. Trying to get the second run of the inning across home plate, 2 down. And their hottest hitter at the plate. Jarren Duran hit 170 in April with 1 home run. And he left May with 10 home runs and 33 runs batted in. And it's tied for tops on the club. 98 with that fastball, 0-2.
Well, much like Gunnar Henderson, we're talking about power. I mean, 10 home runs, 33 RBIs, now 221 average. You have another good week or 2, and all of a sudden that's 250 with 12 and 40. Batting average goes up and down, change the whole outlook of a season. It's be a big run right here if they can get it.
Now, he was on the nominating card for May Player of the Month in the American League today. 0-2. Tried to hold up, couldn't do it. And pitch in the dirt. Rutschman collects it, guns him down to complete the K with that trusty curveball. Red Sox grab another one. It's 4-2 Baltimore at the end of 5.
Tire.
Top of the 6th here at Fenway Park. Welcome you back. Tom Karen with you, getting ready for post-game coverage with Jim Rice. We'll be here after the final out. We'll take you to the Scooper Bowl. The Jimmy Fund event kicked off today. Brock Holt and I were to get things started. We're there, and all you can eat ice cream, guys. 1 ticket gets you in. 40 different ice cream manufacturers on hand. And of course, you're doing it for the kids, all raising money for the amazing work being done at the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. But if you ever looked for a reason to help out a good cause, eating unlimited amounts of ice cream is about the best way you can do it, guys. Goes on for the next couple of days at the Seaport.
All right, well done by both you and Mr. Holt. Tremendous work.
I don't know if I can find a better way of spending your afternoon than eating ice cream.
And then the co-chairs of the Jimmy Fund, 0-2. Wave and a miss by Basayo. So Connolly gets him for the second time on strikes.
That might be his last hitter.
And indeed it will be, with Weiser ready to take on a right hand hitting Mayo next. So 5 1/3 tonight for Connolly. He leaves trailing 4-2. And Weissert will be the next man on the hill. We'll take the break. 4-2 Baltimore at Fenway.
Coming up this weekend on Dirty Water.
Night is done for Connolly early, and his pitching line presented by Ace Ticket. Ace Ticket with the best seats at the low prices.
Well, 5 1/3. The pitch kind of really got up there the first couple of outings. There was a couple of home runs that really beat him, and I think they were sitting on that changeup. I'd say about second time through the order, about halfway through, he stopped throwing it completely. He had a really good fastball here tonight, just not enough strikes.
Our Ford employee pricing called to the bullpen, so it is Greg Weissert who tossed a scoreless 8th inning Sunday at Cleveland. Tracy getting him in there when the game was in hand. And now Kobe Mayo has already slugged a home run tonight. 1 for 2.
Well, Weissert was up in case Conley got in some trouble, but I like giving him some this isn't exactly a clean inning, but nobody on base just to get him going a little bit. Still a valuable piece of this bullpen.
And Mayo, every single cut, he's trying to hit it on the Lansdowne. 4-2 Baltimore. And he'll have time granted by Trip Gibson. San Diego is up 2 in the pen. So it's going to be a heavy night for the bullpen. The homestand is these 3 games. That's it. Jam job popped up back toward the netting and off into the stands. It'll be a while until Connolly sits down. Maybe Friday. One down, base is empty. And then Weissert trying to put away Mayo here. Did he offer? He did not. 1-2. 4 runs on 6 hits for the Orioles, including a pair of home runs. For the Red Sox, 2 runs on just 3 hits so far. Pete Alonso with a bomb. Cleveland leading the Yankees in the 4th inning 3-2. That's in the Bronx. Yankees 1 game behind Tampa Bay. Swing and a miss. Down he goes on a fastball. Weissert gets his first man. 2 down.
Good fastball up and away here from Weissert. We're in the month of June, so it's hard. He comes in with guys on base and you just sort of it's only natural, I think, for him to kind of not really have much confidence in those situations. Kind of like this team in this ballpark. I mean, you're 2 months into the season, you're 9-19 here. But you give him some innings, with nobody on, some clean innings, and that confidence will shoot back up, and then you can start kind of easing him back into that type of role.
Now Colton Cowser has a bat. He will bet for Tyler O'Neill, who went 1 for 2 with a single. Cowser has hit 4 home runs. Have all come over the last 14 games. And 2 down as he'll look at the strike.
.333 too during that stretch. He's kind of found a little something. Kind of went to a little leg kick. They're trying to get him to think less.
Check swing and a foul. 0-2.
Whatever works.
Darn right. Cowser on May 25th became the 2nd player in franchise history to hit a walk-off home run on consecutive days, joining Fred Lynn from 1985. And Freddie was an Oriole. I will always remember him just as a Red Sox, and that's going to be downstairs 1-2.
Yeah.
And back-to-back Ks in this inning. Red Sox trying to strike out the side here in the 6th. And a 1-2 coming. Popped up around home plate. Now out toward third. It's Durbin coming in. He'll make the play to retire the side. 1-2-3 they go. Last half of the 6th coming up. 4-2 Baltimore. In the game to play right field for the Orioles, and Boz into his 6th inning. So far allowing only 3 hits to the Red Sox, getting Rafaela, Abreu, and Contreras in the bottom of the 6th. Cedon 0 for 2. And we'll knock that foul. 1-1.
Curveball to hit there.
Rafael is grounded to short and flied out to right. It's a pretty good stretch. Last 30 games he's hitting .296. Good on base as well. Fouls that one away. Fastball 2-2.
8 walks during those 30 games. It's a lot for him.
His on base is .352 over that stretch. 2-2 on the way. Got a piece. Here comes the 72nd pitch tonight for Boz. Line drive and a base hit into left. Hit sharply by Cedon to begin the 6th. Red Sox finally over the last couple of innings getting better swings.
Yeah, it's really kind of like the third curveball. He's kind of giving him the hit. He fouled the other 2 back. But he just dialed it in here on this little hanger. He rips it to left field.
He is on in front of Wilyer Abreu, who has driven in a run with a sac fly. That was in the first inning to chase in Jaron Duran, who had tripled. And since then he has struck out. Red Sox down a couple in the 6th. Well, nobody throwing in either bullpen yet, although their bullpen is starting to move around. Rafaela off the bag at first, not running, swinging a high fly ball left center. Tavares plenty of room there to make the play. That is out number 1, and Contreras will climb in next. Throw getting away, but no advance beyond first. Help for problem gambling can start with hello. You can call or text GAMB to 1-800-327-5050. The lefty Wolfram now throwing in their pen as Contreras gets in a walk and a fly to center. Rutschman back there. 1 man away. Cedon not running. Fouled away. Boy, he went down after a big cut. He took a hack, to put it mildly.
I don't think this was a hit and run. No. Stick it at 2. You need a little jolt right in this ballpark. This guy's pretty good at delivering that. He just fouled that one back.
Good numbers against Baltimore in his career. .333, 6 home runs in 15 games. He likes the Birds. Breaking ball 0-2. On Saturday, snapped a 12-game hitting streak. Not the longest of his career. 14 in a row is the longest. Cedon another lead. And a little foul ball off the foot. Boy, he's beating himself up here. He does that all year, doesn't he?
He usually does. Whether he's getting drilled by a pitch. Foul ball off that foot. That big toe.
Red Sox got the first run in the bottom of the first inning. Baltimore got the next 4. Red Sox with a run last inning. 0-2 swung on and missed to put him away. Back to the knuckle curveball. And 2 down.
Just 8 swing and miss on this pitch. This one's left up too. This is the one you want to hammer. He just swung over the top of it.
Yeah, that one he got away with.
He did. He left a few of them up to Cedon too until he finally got him.
Masataka Yoshida fouls it away. He struck out and grounded out. 0-2 tonight. Mickey Gasper on deck. Inning began with promise. The base hit by Cedon. And he will dive back in. Do not want to get stepped on by Pete Alonso. Feel that base run. That is a large human being. Do not call him the polar bear for nothing. And the 0-1. 0-2. Red Sox home for these 3, on the road to New York and Tampa Bay, then home for 6 against Texas and Toronto, then on the road for 6, back home for another 2-team homestand. So it gets a little more normal with the length of the series. Hasn't been lately. Been a weird schedule. 0-2. He held off it. There's another one, 98 by Shane Baz. Uncorked a couple of those. Command's been good. 70% strike so far. Has only walked 1 man. One, 2, there he goes, and it swung on and missed for strike 3 to retire the side. 1 hit, 1 left.
360.
Cedon Rafaela went diving in on a pickoff attempt at first base. Got up a little bit gingerly. He is back out there in center as we move on to the 7th inning, and a foul ball by Taveras.
Well, remember, he was a late scratch that last game in Cleveland because of that back. This is that pickoff play. He dives back there. The tag, it's a nothing, but it takes some time kind of getting up. In his last, even when he went back there again, and kind of stretching that thing out a little bit.
And Duran checking on him as they both went out to play the outfield. Taveras with sack, bunt, and a strikeout so far tonight. 4 runs, 6 hits for the Orioles, 2 runs, 4 hits for the Sox. It has not been a hit fest. And the Red Sox return to Fenway after a lot of hits in the last 2 games at Cleveland. Red Sox scored 18 runs on 23 hits the last 2 games there. But at home, they're averaging a major league worst 3.2 runs per game, as opposed to 4.7 on the road, where they are 2 games over 500 in their first strike. Red Sox 16-14 away from Fenway.
Well, on the road, it's just it looks right. You know, like 2 games over, you're scoring a bunch of runs, and you get back in here. Like I said, this time of year, it's June, so now it's kind of in your head a little bit. The last couple innings, you've seen some better at bats, but the quality of at bat on the road is just consistent.
Really has been. What a market difference. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Tavares. Cut on and missed. Sinker strikes him out. One out in the Orioles' 7th. This Lou Gehrig day. Join the Red Sox in the fight against ALS. Visit MLBtogether.com/4ALS to bid on a Red Sox commemorative bat signed by Roman Anthony. Join the fight against ALS today. Alexander drove in a run last time with a sacrifice fly. He's also singled. So all the clubs around baseball wearing Lou Gehrig's number 4. The Iron Man. Great speeches in the history of sports as well. I was reading about him the other day. The Yankees were scouting him when he was like a junior in high school. Fouled away there at home plate. 6-time world champ went into the Hall in 39. Diagnosed with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis at the age of 36. Passed away shortly thereafter at 37.
Wow. 1 year. The diagnosis. 340 career average.
2-1. Bunted at. Out in front of home plate. Weissert will fire. Made a nice play to get him. A strike right there to first base for out number 2. On top of the order, and Ward will be next.
Well, he pops this ball up, but it gets down, so it's going to check. So you really got to go get this ball. Weissert does a nice job barehanding it, not panicking, getting rid of it quick. Get Alexander. You got Ward here coming up. Samaniego up in the pen. You probably think it's his last hitter. He'll have to finish it off himself.
Samaniego up again. Gunnar Henderson on deck. Here's Ward. He's walked, hit into a fielder's choice, and struck out tonight. Two down, and the 0-1 coming. And that'll miss. Yankees and the Guardians are locked up 4-4 in the 5th. Detroit laying it on Tampa Bay at the Trop, 8-0 in the 7th. Tampa Bay's been outstanding at home. 21-7.
They like that building, huh?
With the new roof.
Yeah, I'd rather be at Steinbrenner. Felt like a game.
That was fun. We did enjoy that because it felt like you were in a ballpark.
Well, it was only 10, 11,000 people, but it was like packed. You could actually hear the fans and not the noises and sounds they have at the Trop.
Cowbells.
Ball was hit. It wasn't going to hit a beam.
2-2 from Weissert. In there for strike 3. They go in order for the 3rd consecutive inning.
We know we can't change everything.
Now home half of the 7th, and the starter Boz will continue to pitch, and he will get Gasper, Kiner-Falefa, and Meyer due up for the Red Sox, who trail 4-2. Sox with only 4 hits in the game. Gasper has one of them, a single, and a run scored in the 5th. Meyer would drive him in with a sac fly. Change up and 1-1. Left-hander Wolfram now throwing in their pen again, the 2nd time he's been up. Greg Almenaz, the manager, first-year manager of the Orioles. Friends and family in the crowd here. Native of Fall River. Went to high school at Somerset. He is all Massachusetts.
Yeah, no longer in a liquid diet. And he took a foul ball earlier in the year and fractured that jaw. So now he's eating some foods, which is nice. He lost 12 pounds. He's like, I don't think I had 12 pounds to lose.
No, I don't think he did. Looks good. Scary moment, though.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I never forget that interview first in the winter meetings, talking to the Baltimore media. Talking about Morton Willpower.
They're looking out like, what?
They're trying to figure out what he's saying.
What was that? 3-2, and that's going to be ball 4. So Gasper on again. See if the Red Sox can turn that into something. And with the red-hot Connor Falefa next.
Bob's throwing the ball well. Last time Gasper led off with a knock, he ended up scoring. 88 pitches. Try to get him out here now. Get to this bullpen.
Isaiah's flied out to right twice tonight. Carrying in a 7-game hitting streak, during which he was 11 for 24. Including a home run. Boz with his 90th pitch here. And a ground ball, weakly hit. Mayo up and over. Got him there on to first. The dig got him. Double play. 2 down for the Sox in the 7th.
I don't think they're going to turn 2 on that.
But they did.
Sure did. Mayo was already in a little bit. Kind of looking for a bunt. That's a strong throw from Alexander at second to get him.
Some help by Alonso. So the base is empty with 2 away from Marcelo. Has an RBI tonight, and a fly to right. 0 for 1 officially. Thus far, once again, to this point, another quiet night at home for the Red Sox. Just the 4 hits. 2-0 on Meyer. In a lot of categories with the bats, the Red Sox actually did some good work in the month of May. Didn't turn it into many wins at Fenway Park. They went 4-11 in May at home, but as a team they hit .265 in May, which is actually second best in the majors to Tampa Bay. Shot into left field. Ward moving over onto the warning track. He's got it. Red Sox send up only 3 men in the 7th. Next baseball on NESN brought to you by Subaru of New England. Love is what makes Subaru Subaru. And by Plymouth Rock Auto and Home Insurance for Boston sports fans. Ceremonies before tonight's game honoring the fight against ALS. A bunt fouled here by Henderson and underway in the 8th. 4-2 Baltimore. Connolly early went 5 1/3 tonight. He is on the hook. That number 4 everybody's wearing in baseball tonight. Anderson a double, a ground out, and another ground out. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Tyler making his 20th appearance. See that ERA 2.95. Well, a lot of that has to do with that one opener where he gave up 4 earned runs. 18 appearances out of the pen. It's a 1.04 ERA.
Chopper on the infield. Contreras with the flip. Going to be a foot race, and got him on a bang bang play. Samaniego getting over there in the nick of time.
Be quick with those feet, right? Get him down the bag right away. Gunner says he's safe. This is pretty close.
They're going to look at it. So this is going to be under review. Ooh. Henderson came back shaking his head. No, they didn't get me.
Baltimore's challenge now call at first base.
They say tie goes to the runner, right? I think Gunnar got his foot in there.
I think so. And if so, if they do reverse it, it'll be an infield hit. The leadoff man on in the 8th inning. And their 7th hit tonight.
Yeah, he's safe.
Pretty clear on that one. Then he got the foot in. Well, they've had a home run go their way, and one was up on top of the ledge early in the contest by Mayo back in the 2nd inning. Originally ruled in play. Very clearly it had landed on top of the ledge and was a home run. And now this call.
Well, I've seen it enough times.
Yes. And really, for all our sake, it'd be better if they would move this along. You always think the longer they look at it, the higher the chance they're going to change the call. But we'll see.
Well, it's a pretty good view of that one. I know back there they can probably stop it and still shot it and everything else, and it should be pretty clear one way or the other. Sometimes you don't exactly get the best views of some things, but this one I feel like you did.
Totally. Let's see what we get from New York. Haven't heard yet. There it is, the replay operations center in New York.
8 guys standing up looking. Is it like go to a vote? I think there's one official guy that makes the call. You got 8 guys sitting there staring at the TV.
Okay, we finally have an answer on this one. I think.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner is out.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Albie can't believe it.
All right. Well, Red Sox catch a break.
I can't believe it.
1 down.
He seems happy.
Yeah, really. They stick with it rather inexplicably. But the Red Sox will gladly take it.
Wow.
1 down for Adley Rutschman, who's gone 1 for 3 with a base hit and has scored a run. 4-2 Baltimore. We're into the 8th inning. Adley with 7 home runs, 29 runs batted in. In there for a strike with a change. Two balls and 1 strike. Rutschman not tearing the cover off the ball, but he's getting on a lot. He's reached in 13 straight games, but he's hitting a little over 200 in that span. Count goes to 3-1.
A lot of walks.
Alonso on deck. And the left-hander with a 3-1 in for strike. Sox have only walked 1 man. That was the first batter of the game, Ward.
That's a pitch there. It's probably off the plate. Remember, they got 1 challenge left. They're leading 4-2. You really got to be sure that it's going to be a ball. You don't want to burn it like we saw against Cleveland. You want to keep that for your bullpen if you got the lead.
Payoff pitch. Baltimore tonight playing their first of 13 in 13 days. Come to Boston and Toronto. And he's going to walk him. So to your point, Rutschman on with another walk. Time now for our strong play of the game, presented by New England Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
That's the difference right now. It was a 2-run shot, made it 3-1 at the time, but Pete Alonso, 12th of the year, hit 400 feet, 110.8 off the bat.
Takes one in tight for a ball with a sweeper. Pete played for the Bourne Braves on the Cape. Well, he was starring at the University of Florida before becoming a star with the New York Mets. Wave and a miss. Not too sure on that one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The crazy thing with Pete is what he's doing defensively. He's +3 DRS, +3 outs above average. Last year he was -9 in both categories. That's why the Mets were just like, you're a DH. Can't play first anymore. He's been a plus defender over there.
Orioles a good defensive team. Both of these teams are. Orioles ahead by 2 runs. We're getting late. Rutschman with the lead. 2-2. Pete played 7 years for the Mets, hit 264 home runs for New York. A lot of people assumed he was headed back there.
Well, I tell you, they had a couple of opportunities to bring him back. The year before, it took forever to do it. Thought it was a no-brainer. This offseason, it seemed like they weren't even in the bidding. They didn't want him back.
2-2. And a base hit to right. Rutschman into second. Puts on the brakes. And they've got a couple of base runners with 1 down in the 8th.
That challenge that went the Red Sox way really kind of looming large now. Henderson leading off the inning. That ground out. We thought it was going to get overturned. It wasn't. I'd like to see them crowd him a little bit more. He looks uncomfortable with that fastball in and letting him extend those arms.
Well, be careful with this youngster, the DH Basayo. He's gone 0 for 3 tonight, 2 Ks and a tapper back to the mound. But very good power. Seen a lot of breaking balls, nothing in 1. He has Rutschman at second and Alonso leading at first. The 0-1. Samaniego trying to hold. And a 1-1 coming off the plate.
Eighteen pitches, only 9 strikes. Only seen him miss. Like we haven't really seen him, especially out of the bullpen.
And the lefty ready. 2-1. Right through there. Kobe Mayo has already clubbed a home run tonight. He is on deck. They've hit 2. Alonso the other one. Rutschman and Alonso leading off their bases. And a ground ball, and he got in the way, and he's going to be out. Alonso automatically out. Could not get free of that ground ball.
And they're going to bring Rutschman back to second as well. Dead ball. Should go as a hit for Basayo.
You could go like 10 years without seeing as many of those as we've seen in the last couple weeks.
I've seen a couple. Well, he said he's a big boy. Never really been quick in his feet. Although we saw Sogard get hit as well, but it seemed like that one was avoidable.
Well, Basayo gets a hit out of it. First and second, 2 down. And it sends up Mayo. A home run and 2 strikeouts for him. Orioles have been a little unlucky this inning. And popped up behind first. Contreras into the outfield. He's got it. Red Sox survive that threat. We go to the last half of the 8th inning. Still 4-2 the Orioles.
Chevy Silver.
You know, CBS is proud to be a part of Red Sox Nation and all the communities we call home, delivering trusted care, everyday essentials, and support that goes beyond a prescription. Learn more at CVS.com. Number of changes in this one. Jackson going to the game to play second. That'll move Alexander over to third. And a 36-year-old right-hander, Andrew Kittredge, coming out of the bullpen. And delivers a strike on Durbin.
A good slider from Kittredge. You see the numbers, the high ERA. That came in basically one outing. Gave up 7 runs against the Yankees back at the beginning of May. Been pretty good. 11 of the 12 outings, hasn't even been scored upon. 13 outings rather.
KG right-hander's been around a while. 2 strikes on Durbin. And ground ball yanked to third. Alexander just moved over, but he made the play. 1 down in the Red Sox 8th. Top of the order, Duran next. 4-2 Baltimore. They have out hit the Sox 8-4. And to this point, it's been the same old problem for the Red Sox at Fenway this year. Lack of offense. Although it started very well, Duran blooping a triple down the left field line. Everything's fallen in for Jaron. Once he's been mashing it. 9 home runs in the month of May as he looks at a strike. And Cedar Rafaela on deck, trying to start something against Kittredge in Baltimore. Quickly 0-2. Red Sox only runs in the first and again in the 5th. Ran up to 220. That one torched but foul. He jumped all over it wickedly but foul.
What you're going to see pretty much. You got 2 fastballs, a little sinker and a 4-seamer, but that slider, that's it. That slider's a pretty good one.
2-strike pitch. A wave and a miss on the slider to strike him out. 2 gone. So 7 pitches and 7 strikes.
Gotta find some offense. Need a hero here tonight. Obi got to pull this thing out somehow.
Well, Red Sox had all that offense in Cleveland. At the moment, those bats have stayed behind, but time to do something. Cedar 1 for 3 with a single. Filed away. 9 pitches, 9 strikes from the righty. If he does get on, Abreu will follow him. And the 0-2. Little flare out to left coming on Ward. It's going to drop down for a base hit. Second hit tonight for Cedar Rafaela. This comes with 2 down in the 8th.
A little bloop and a blast. A couple guys up here swinging it, and Abreu and Contreras. Pretty good location. Cedar. I always talk about him not chasing, but I tell you, sometimes he chases outside that zone, and he's been getting some hits lately with it.
Williams 0 for 2. Does have an RBI with a sac fly in the first inning that brought in Duran. Ground ball, hard hit, but backhanded by Alonso for the out at first to retire the side. 1 man left.
Back here at Fenway, 4-2 top 9, and Baltimore's manager was first Massachusetts owned Craig Alvarez, the Fall River native, managing in his first game ever as O's skipper at Fenway. And I talked with him pregame, guys. He said it's humbling and so much fun, and he's been getting a lot of calls and texts this week, as you'd imagine, like saying, good luck, excited to see you. Hopefully the Sox take all 3. He said this is Boston, so he didn't expect anything different than that. They don't even want him to have 1 game, but his first game here ever, he said. He sat in right field with his dad, Norman. He was a huge Oakland A's fan coming up. He loved the Bash Brothers, he said, so they snuck down, got close, and was able to see it. That was his first Fenway experiences, but this a little bit better for him.
Yeah, a little bit of a better seat. I would say that for Craig. A great moment for him to walk in to manage here at Fenway Park for the first time. Don't we all have those stories of coming into Fenway? First glimpse of the monster, of the greenest grass you've ever seen in your life. Trying to beat the Red Sox tonight, though. Here's the 0-2 to Cowser, and he chased it up high. Down he goes, strike three. That's the first out in the ninth inning with Baltimore in front 4-2. The official hospital of the Red Sox is Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, advancing medicine with breakthroughs in research, nationally ranked specialty care, and innovative treatments. You can learn more at bidmc.org. Taveras tonight.
You know, I used to love coming to Fenway as a kid, watching the games, watching Big League catch. The two guys in front of the dugout, you don't see it anymore. They'll play catch in the outfield. You know, some guys did.
Bunted at. Samaniego will drop it. Then a run is going to be saved. Taveras is on with one down in the ninth. That'll be a base hit.
Well, Taveras is a different hitter versus lefties. You know, 198, 310 against right-handers. So against lefties, he's going to do everything he can to get on base. Tyler just can't get a grip of that. But you know, two guys just playing catch out in front of the dugout pregame.
Oh yeah.
When I got to the big leagues, I was like, I need to play some big league catch. Like, I needed to do it. It's kind of like a rite of passage. Like, okay.
I'm with you. I used to love to get to the ballpark early just to watch guys throw.
Yeah, just pop out of the dugout. A couple of guys just playing catch right in front of the dugout. Now everyone's out in left field. Nobody does it anymore.
Alexander with a base hit early in the game. Back in the second inning. By the way, if you do get here early and Aroldis Chapman is out there, watch Aroldis loosen up his arm. And the throws, the incredible throws that he makes to get loose, to get that arm going. It's astonishing how far he can throw a baseball. Meyer will glove it, flip into second, got one there, but no double play. Alexander becomes the runner at first. I mean, there are a lot of things he does with that arm. They're astonishing, but it's one thing to watch.
Well, it is amazing. He's basically his back's to the green monster, to the right field foul line, and he pretty much throws it on the line the entire way. You're waiting for it to bounce. It never does. To the point where, you know, you start seeing some of these coaches, like they got a middleman. They got a cutoff guy because they can't reach him.
And he's throwing it right to the guy's chest.
Yeah.
On a fly.
On the line. I mean, a lot of guys have that kind of power now in the game, but I love seeing a little cutoff man in the middle because the coaches just can't throw it back to him.
Yeah.
Too far.
Runner at first and two down. 4-2 game, the Orioles. Ward has gone 0 for 3 in the toss over. Back in Alexander. 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Baltimore. No runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Red Sox. Only 5 hits, though, for a Boston team that really swung the bats quite well in Cleveland. Really well.
What do you think? Alexander is going to take a shot at some point. He does have 6 bags. You just saw it thrown out twice, but 2 outs, up a couple. Top of the order up. Try to guess right in the lefty.
Foul back upstairs on a changeup, 1-2. The Sox have due up in the bottom of the ninth inning. Contreras, Yoshida, Gasper. 4, 5, 6. Two out here. Runner takes off. Here's the throw down and the slide in, and he did take off, and he did get it for the stolen base. So they've got a man ready to score on a hit. Number 7 for Alexander.
First move. Not much of a chance there. Tyler's kind of focusing on the hitter, try to get him out.
It's a big run out there. Here's the 2-2. Cut on and missed. Sweeper strikes him out. 4-2 the score. Baltimore in the lead as we take it to the bottom of the ninth at Fenway. Restaurants of Red Sox Nation, buying supplies shouldn't involve freight charges or long lines. Visit WBMason.com for fast, free delivery from your local food service and janitorial team. It's our game summary presented by Sullivan Tire, official tire and auto service of the Red Sox. Boz tonight really good once again against the Red Sox. He's been that way throughout his career. 7 strong innings, only 4 hits. Connolly early, only 5 1/3. A lot of pitches early in the game. It cost him. Jaron Durant stays hot with a triple, but it's 4-2 Baltimore. To the bottom of the ninth we go. Rico Garcia has been very tough to hit. Comes out of their pen.
Oh, he's been outstanding this year for the Orioles. Really big numbers.
And a strike to get in front on Contreras, who is 0 for 2.
Look at it there. Look at the ERA. Batters are hitting 86 against him this year. 86.
It's the lowest in the big leagues, given the number of innings. Filed at home plate.
How about this one? Right-handed hitters are 1 for 35. I mean, that's batting average of 29. Good God. Fastball 95. He'll change up, slider, curveball. Uses all 4.
Get to him. You will earn it. 2 strikes on Wilson. And in there for strike 3. He wants to challenge it.
Looks like it's off the plate a little bit. All right. But it wasn't a confident Contreras. You know, we've seen it before, right? Kind of challenges it and runs to first because he knows it's ball 4. This one here is like he challenged as he was walking to the dugout.
A little less than an inch. Here's his reaction. So the count 1-2. And he will strike out swinging on a breaking ball for out number 1 in the ninth.
That curveball's a good one. You know, we talked about out in Cleveland the importance of leading after 6. This time Boz gave him 7, but Kittredge has been throwing the ball great. Garcia's been throwing the ball great. Get that lead after 6 and keep them all out of the game.
There's Masataka Yoshida. Quiet night, 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. And looks at strike 1. And Gasper on deck. The Red Sox had 23 hits in the last 2 games in Cleveland. Only 5 tonight. And they return to Fenway. And Garcia comes set. Uses 1-1. Left it down. Peyton Tolley going tomorrow night. Goes in 2-2 with a 2.61 ERA. That's at 6:45. And Massa fouls that one into the mid. 2-2. Boy, he likes his curveball. He'll be up against Bassett tomorrow. 1 man away, 9th inning. Man, the 2-2 to Masataka. He goes down swinging. Changeup. 2 up, 2 down.
Seen that good changeup. A split grip. Good moving down away. The curveball's nasty.
But what isn't nasty? It's the way he's pitching, as you mentioned. His Gasper now, base hit and a run. Back in the 5th inning. One of just 2 runs the Red Sox have scored tonight. Trying to get on in front of Kiner Falefa. 2 guys have been swinging good bats back to back. And Garcia with 2 down and the bases clean. Fouled away. Baltimore got an excellent start out of Shane Baz. And if he gets the win, he's in line for it. If he does, he's going to be 4-1 lifetime against the Red Sox with an ERA around 2.3.
Going about good. His 4th consecutive quality start from Baz. Red Sox 1 strike away from being 9-20 in this ballpark.
And with 2 down, here comes the 1-2 from Garcia. Little tapper foul. They'll do it again. And tonight, at least to this point, the Orioles getting better starting pitching and a couple of home runs. Mayo got one, and the Polar Bear got the other. 1-2 pitch. And a high fly ball into right. That will do it. Kaiser underneath. And that's the ball game. And it's been a season-long issue. The offense the Red Sox showed in Cleveland did not follow them back home to Fenway. They managed only 5 hits in the game, and they dropped game 1 to the Orioles.
Well, Conley earlier, it wasn't sharp. Wasn't his sharpest out. And the pitch total got up there. Gave up a couple of home runs. Again, done that 4 times this year. But you know, offensively, it's just, you know, the at-bats have been there on the road. They're just not there at home. And you started the year off 4-3 at home. You are now 5-17 in your last 22 here in this ballpark. And that just, it has to end.
That is gruesome.
And it has to end soon.
Red Sox 9-20 at home. Stay tuned for WB Mason Extra Innings Live. TC and Jim break it down. You'll also hear from Chad Tracy and Connolly early. That and more coming up after the break.